Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Luke, this is Lukewarm Reviews, and today I'm talking about The Favorite with a U, which is the most British name of all time. Let's chat. I just came back from seeing this film, so it's very fresh on my brain. I find that I kind of like flip-flop back and forth, and sometimes I don't review a movie for like 2 weeks, and then sometimes I do it immediately. But I have a lot to say about this movie. It gave me a lot to think about. I think I liked it a lot. Point number one, how is the viewing experience? It doesn't feel too long. It's very nicely paced. It's well acted. Everything is good, and I'll talk more about that later. But I think the most interesting thing is the way it handles sexuality. This is a film that is sexual in nature, but the best thing about it is that it's not overtly sexy or sexualized. There's not even really anything that I would call a sex scene in it. Because although sexuality is one of the main themes, it's really all about the way that people use sexuality in pursuit of power or love, romantic love, even friendship in a weird kind of way. It's just really, really fascinating because all these characters think that sex is the strongest way to go after what they want, which a lot of times it may be, but I think it turns out in this film that maybe it's not. And so that's really interesting, the way we hide behind sex, the way that sex can cloud our, objectives and our what we want, right? It's super interesting. But again, I didn't think that it was lascivious in any kind of way. In fact, it's quite fun. It's quite lighthearted. It's got quite a blasé attitude about sex, which is really interesting to see in this type of period piece. So yeah, just really cool, a lot to think about. And we'll move on, I think. Is it original? Point number two. Yeah, I think that, okay, so Yorgos Lanthimos this is his third feature, I believe. He's done The Lobster, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and now this. I didn't like The Lobster. I loved The Killing of a Sacred Deer. So I was really excited to, see what I thought of this. I think it's a bit of a new direction for him. I think he is doing new things with his actors. I think he's given them a lot more room for emotions, to put it in a weird way. I don't know how else to say that. His two previous films have a lot of non-acting as on purpose, but in this one there's a lot of emotion, there's a lot of so what I was saying, that is to say, Yorgos Lanthimos's kind of twist on this sort of period is something that's super fascinating. It definitely feels intentionally a little bit off kilter. There's something in the way that everyone talks, the way that they dress, the way that everything looks, and everyone kind of comports their self. Is that a word? I don't know. That is not quite right. And I think that's on purpose, and I think it's very effective. It's just like a modern kind of twist on what this kind of film and what this time period was and can be. Point number three, the acting is really, really good. Olivia Colman, Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz are all fantastic and have a lot to do. Emma Stone might have been my favorite just by a tiny bit, just because she has created a character that gives us so much, so many different things, and you never know exactly what to expect from her. You never know exactly what her motivations are. and that's really interesting. But Rachel Weisz is just solid as a rock as usual. She is divine. You know, she's amazing. She's got this power to her that you can't teach. You just have it or you don't. And I think she's amazing. Nicholas Hoult is also really good. This is not a role that I necessarily would have, like prior to this, would have seen him in, but seeing him do it is really delightful. He's really good in the dumb white wig and the whole and the everything. He's great. Last thing, and this is also a very interesting thing to chat about. The visual landscape of the film is really unique. So Yorgos Lanthimos gives us a shitload of visual information in this film. A lot of the shots are very wide, not all of them. He also uses a lot of really smooth and really wide camera moves, and he also uses fisheye lenses, like a lot. And that just makes the world feel very huge. We get to see a lot, and it also makes the close-ups that more effective. Whenever something really intimate is going on, you know it. Also, I don't think there was a single overhead shot in the entire film. Some of the shots are level, but a lot of the shots are from beneath, which just goes back to like what I was saying before. It's a film about power, and it's a film about feeling less than others, because we as the audience, we are beneath. We're looking up at the actors and actresses for most of the entire film. It's almost like you feel like a little mouse, like who's like just kind of listening in. It's a really interesting experience to give a viewer, and I think it was really purposefully done, and I think it was super cool. The music is good. It's there's not a lot of it, and so it's very effective where it is used. So that's the favorite. I really liked it. It's a bit dark. Ultimately, at the end, like, no one gets what they want. You know, the queen realizes that because of the decisions that she's made, that she's lost the only person that maybe truly loved her, and Emma Stone's character realizes that no matter what she does, she will never be the most powerful one in the room. And I think it's a really nice, succinct button on the end that just gives us those two things. And I liked it a lot. I'm not sure where it's going to sit on my list. I got to digest it more. Like I said, I just saw it. But let me know what you guys think. Did you see the favorite? Did you love it? Did you hate it? What else are you seeing? What should I check out? Share this with your friends if you like it. And hopefully I'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.